The trade minister has rejected claims that the ministry is unfairly restricting rice import permits, saying the government is seeking to protect Uganda's rice industry from cheap and illegally imported rice. He says the decision is part of the government's wider import substitution policy aimed at reducing dependence on imported products that can negatively affect Uganda's balance of payments. According to the minister, Uganda's rice production was once sufficient to meet much of the country's demand, but production has since stagnated as consumption continues to grow.
In this particular case, we looked at a various product range, and we found that a few years ago, and those of you that are old enough will remember that the government had an initiative of promoting upland rice. So at that time, we promoted upland rice, and Uganda's upland rice production had gone close or equal to the amount of rice that Uganda needed. Now the current situation is that Uganda's rice production has remained stagnant, but the rich people have increased consumption, and therefore we are having a shortfall in our requirement of rice.
The minister says local rice producers have complained that their investments are being threatened by foreign rice entering the country, particularly through Tanzania. He says the Uganda Revenue Authority has also flagged allegations that rice imported from countries such as Pakistan and India is being packaged in Tanzania and then brought into Uganda as an East African product, allowing some traders to evade taxes.
They came to us and they said, look, you are killing our investment by allowing this cheap rice. We held a meeting with URA, and URA said, yes, there is a problem that is coming from Tanzania. These people are smuggling foreign rice, rebagging it in Tanzania, and bringing it into Uganda to evade taxes. And it is a clique of a few individuals that are in the power corridors. Remember, the president has mandated us as Kisanja hakuna kulala, Kisanja hakuna ufisadi. No bribery, no corruption, and no sleep.
To address the problem, the government has introduced measures to verify the origin of imported rice, including testing consignments to establish whether the rice was actually produced in Tanzania or imported from outside the region. The minister says government also issued a 2-week moratorium to allow traders who had already purchased rice to bring their consignments into the country subject to testing.
We are to develop our country. So for your information, it is true those trucks were there 2 weeks ago. They are no longer there because I signed a 2 weeks moratorium to allow all those people who had bought rice, Simani, they bought rice in gardens and what, and we have told them, okay, you bring it, but we are going to subject that rice to a test. We have the machines in Namlonge, we have the machines in Naro that can check whether this rice actually was grown in Pakistan or in India or it actually grew in Tanzania. We are not going to allow the foreign rice to come and evade taxes when they are branding it as an East African product.
He has also dismissed claims that only 25 traders have been allowed to import rice, clarifying that 25 permits have so far been issued and that the application process remains open. He has invited rice producers and importers to engage directly with the ministry, saying government is willing to work with genuine traders while taking action against those accused of abusing the system. The response comes days after rice traders complained that some of their consignments had been held at Mutukula border for weeks, leaving them worried that the rice could spoil. The matter was also raised in Parliament, where Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayebwa asked government to explain the criteria being used to issue the rice import permits. The minister, however, maintains that the restrictions are intended to protect local investment, address alleged tax invasion, and support Uganda's rice production. LYDIA FELLY AKULLU, NTV Tonight.